looks like in South Africa. Now I know a lot of conversations have already been taking place. I know that some entities have already started doing work in this area. There's R&D that's involved. There's battery cell manufacturing. There is all sorts of opportunities. There's the mining element of it. There is the energy element of it. How do we make sure that we become intelligent about this? By figuring out where is South Africa's specialty when it comes to new energy vehicles. How do we begin to design a plan of action to actually specialize in an area and ensure that we are building the capacity for R&D, we're building the capacity for manufacturing, and we're building the capacity to actually export whatever it is we eventually manufacture. My frustration, again, I may even be using the wrong terminology because I'm not an expert in the area, but what I'm simply saying is that it's possible to have enough vision to say in 10 years' time, South Africa could specialize in a particular area. And if we think we can specialize in a particular area, as WECONA, we think that's batteries, we think that that's battery cells. Why are we not designing a strategy today that says, in about 10 years' time, this is what we want to see? So we are beginning to invest in the research and development that's needed for that. We're beginning to invest in the manufacturing capacity and infrastructure that's needed for that. We're beginning to grow the capacity in terms of training new people that can come into the sector as specialists if we are getting ready for that. My sense is that instead of fighting with each other in the now, if we were to begin to create a different future by being strategic about new opportunities, that's where we will begin to transform the value chain, but also where we will begin to create magic. Another one, of course, so this is my big ask, and I'm finishing off that, the ask I just gave you. Please give us a plan of how we can take over a portion of the new energy vehicles and ensure that as we are designing it, women are part of that. That is the ask. But over and above that, the next time you need to buy something, the next time you are designing a plan, think about where are the women who are value contributors. Come to us, we will show you where they can be found, and buy from women. Begin to give them those supplier contracts. Think about how you can support capacity building that's meaningful. Think about how you can ensure that your enterprise development is linked to an offtake agreement so that we can actually eventually see that the industry is transformed. Last thing I'll say before I introduce the video is that we actually think that the automotive sector is our model sector. Now I know this is hard to believe. We think that automotive sector is our model sector because it is the sector, and I'm not overstating it when I say this. It is the sector that when we started as WECONA, the OEM CEOs, the associations brought us in as the executive chairs of WECONA, and they said, give us a plan, what are you asking for, what is the strategy? We gave them a set of targets and indicators, and we said, this is our desire. They took those targets and desires, and they translated them into action plans. They started to implement. And now when we go to other industries like health sector, etc., mining and so on, we are actually telling of the story of transformation that's happening in the automotive sector because this sector has been our champion. And so we ask you to continue becoming that champion, and really grateful for our partners, particularly AITF, that has been doing amazing work, NAMSA and NACAM, that have continued to support us. So on the screen for the next 3 to 5 minutes, you are going to see some of the examples of the businesses that have been supported through this initiative. And we look forward to further transformation that we will see in the automotive sector. Thank you.